I was with CapCan as an AmeriCorps member for about a year and 8 months, and it was a super rewarding time, and I got to learn a whole lot about the education system. I helped set up field trips for students, worked on their FAFSAs, helped them apply to colleges, also just generally navigate what kind of goals do they have in their lives, what were some things they wanted to see over the next couple of years. Really just kind of help them explore where they wanted to grow as people. I had 400 seniors, and I met with 98% of them more than once.
So we at Ingham Intermediate School District, and specifically Wilson Talent Center, are very proud of Dominic Violetta, and we're very excited to be a part of presenting him with the 2024 College Access Network Champion Award.
Thank you so much for this honor. I'd like to thank everybody again and just say how pleased I am right now.
Gear Up supports students in lots of different various ways. First of all, we support our students with regard to college visitations, different sessions on goal setting, time management, study skills. We also pair students one-on-one with current college students, and also the new FAFSA and how to go about filling that out. We have career days for students who are not necessarily looking to move directly into college after high school. So we provide them with a space and a place to expose them to different things that might help them as they transition out of high school and into either college or the workforce.
We specifically work with the class of 2026, so that's currently our 10th graders in the school right now. But since our cohort students have entered high school, we have the capacity to work with 9th, 11th, 12th graders, so kind of felt as though like it was the perfect opportunity, especially with those 11th and 12th graders, to be able to work with CapCan.
Europe was able to work with CapCan to provide an opportunity for some of those students to come to the campus of MSU for a 5-day residency program. The students stayed in the dorms, they ate in the cafeteria, they attended classes during the day, they attended life skills sessions, and it was all free for them to attend.
So one of my first memories is actually probably one of my fondest memories with Gear Up, and it was when we went to the dairy farm and MSU's campus, got to see some of the baby cows, and of course I had a good time seeing that, and the students did too. But I guess like the most important thing that the students got was that there is a opportunity or a career opportunity for them to go see these things, something they'd never seen before. They've seen the baby cows, but they also got to see the work that goes into taking care of them and also taking care of all the other animals that are on the dairy farm. So it was a really good experience for me and for them.
On behalf of the Capital Area College Access Network, I'd like to congratulate MSU Gear Up on receiving our College Access Champion of the Year award. Congratulations to Paolo and the team.
Thank you so much, CapCan, for this wonderful award.
The Marion Marshall Award is given annually in the memory of Marion M. Marshall, a former executive of Michigan Millers Insurance Company. Mr. Marshall was active in the Old Newsboys and the Gideons and was a volunteer who served the community through United Way for 42 years. This award is given to a volunteer outside the campaign leadership structure who has displayed dedication, effort, and the kind of commitment that personifies the success of the United Way campaign. Aaron Stewart, the employee campaign manager for many years at Michigan Health and Hospital Association, has been a wonderful partner and ally in giving. Her leadership and commitment to success is why, on behalf of United Way of South Central Michigan, we are proud to announce our Marion Marshall Award winner is Aaron Stewart.
Well, since I started at the MHA, I think I've been involved in the campaign, so about 34 years ago. We've tried to be very creative. We've done some of the things I'm sure other organizations have done, like chili cook-offs or dessert, bake-offs is the new trend, tailgates, where we've generated funds for United Way. I think some of the things that I'd enjoyed the most were actually our volunteer days, where as teams we would go out and visit different locations. I myself went to the Food Bank Council of Michigan. We actually used our hands and helped around in the warehouse to sort food, and it just builds a lot of camaraderie. I just want to thank Mary and you, Teresa, and the United Way for being such a good partner with us over the years, and I look forward to future campaigns and working with you.
The Corporate Partner of the Year is to recognize that an entire company, both leadership and employees, has aligned itself with the United Way mission. Each year, the winner is more than a funder, it is a friend. And Michigan Health and Hospital Association this year was both. United Way and MHA have a long-standing history of supporting people in Lansing and the surrounding communities. The challenges of these past 4 years or so have been proof that our shared commitment to this community is as strong as ever. On behalf of United Way of South Central Michigan, we're proud to announce the 2023 Corporate Partner of the Year is Michigan Health and Hospital Association.
Well, the Michigan Health and Hospital Association has long been a supporter of the United Way, but the reality is this recognition is so meaningful to us because this partnership has never been more important. We can't accomplish our goals on our own. The work that lies ahead is going to depend on strong partnerships. It's going to depend on collaborating with people and organizations that have a different lens than we do and work with different people day to day than we do. That's how we can get ahead. That's how we can make real progress in terms of advancing, in our case, the mission of improving the health of individuals and communities. So that collaboration is really what it's all about. This recognition really will help to enhance and encourage our efforts going forward. It's something that our staff can certainly see in a visible way. It's recognition that what they're doing is being recognized and making a difference, and I think that'll encourage others to give into the future, both here at the MHA and certainly the hospitals and health systems and other partners here in Mid-Michigan that we work with on a daily basis. It's wonderful recognition, and we're so pleased to have this honor.
When I started working for Davenport University, I wanted to get more involved with the community, and so I would look for opportunities to bridge our students and getting involved in the community. When you think about what am I really doing for others, then it's like it's a no-brainer to me to reach out and try and do something outside, for others. We adopt a family from Haven House in East Lansing every holiday. We have a closet here for students who may need personal items or food to supplement between jobs or financial aid coming in, and so we're collecting for that right now. I just think it's important for people to see beyond their world into other people's worlds and try and make a difference.
I got to know Child and Family Charities when I was working for Two Men in a Truck. And once I got to know a lot about what they did and how they gave back and how they helped people, I was committed at that point. I am a volunteer for the Red Nose Ruckus, which is their annual fundraiser that they do every December. And I am the chair for the marketing committee and the setup and tear down committee. I really enjoyed being able to step up and help them to get things in order, to try to get it organized. It's so nice to walk into the room that's kind of an empty room, nothing's set up, and then when you walk out, just to see how beautiful it is and know that people are coming into this and they're going to feel that too. I think this is such a great organization that gives back and helps children.
I started as a volunteer exactly 7 years ago. My biggest duty is driving kids and their parents to medical appointments. I really enjoy meeting the families. They've got so many interesting stories. Many of them are really appreciative of this service that we're providing for them. Many of our families, the children are multiply handicapped. We take them to all their appointments, their dental appointments, their eye appointments. We take them to therapies, all their therapies. I watched a little girl go from having braces and being in a wheelchair to beginning to walk, and now she's practically a runner. She's very vivacious. And so seeing, that progress over the years was fun.
My daughter started Girl Scouts in PPK. I decided to start volunteering and eventually became the leader of that troop. I do a lot of things as troop leader. Some of the things are organizing events and meetings, but really the important things are creating a really safe, inclusive space for all of the kids to grow up and be accepted 100% as themselves. Girl Scouts are very girl-led, so I also help to empower the girls to decide what they want to do and invest in those opportunities. I think if you're considering volunteering, give it a shot. You get to grow your skills, you get to learn new things, you get to meet people that have common values. We can make a strong community when we all contribute to it. And I always say that I've received so much more than I've given through volunteering, and it's really enriched my life. And so if you're thinking about volunteering, get out there and do it.
Hi, at the Davies Project, we are so proud to be able to nominate Kathy Johnson here for the Volunteer of the Year Award. It's a great honor, and I can't think of a more deserving person with this agency. Thank you, United Way.
And thank you, Pam, and thank you, United Way. I'm very pleased to get this award. It's an agency that I've worked with for several years, and all of the staff and all the volunteers are just a joy to work with, and it's fun doing the transportation for the families and knowing I'm making a difference in their lives.
I'm originally from California. I moved out here to do my PhD. I wanted to basically improve myself as an individual. I think my favorites are actually interacting with our clients on a one-by-one basis. I think that you get to meet someone on a more kind of personal level and get to connect with them. Here we strive to be welcoming and to empower our women who are in need of help. I can help with resume building, CV building. Sometimes clients need some translation with paperwork, and so I can provide that service. The work becomes more and more fulfilling. We know that our work is something that we're able to connect with each other, but also with our clients. I would encourage everyone to give back, just in any capacity, just because using that experience and those skills to help empower others is, I think, the greatest thing you can do in the world.
We at the Women's Center are so proud of Raymundo and so grateful that he shows up consistently for us. He does all the hard work that we ask him to do. He is actively taking part in changing the narrative about women in the world, and we're so proud to honor him with this award. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, first I want to thank Angie Wooster and Rebecca Kaysen for being just role models for me. And thank you, Angie and Payne, for nominating for this award. I'm really thankful to be here. This is a privileged space, and while I am thankful for this award, I think this is a award that's something that we share for all the center. And I am very inspired to come here each and every single week, inspired by just some brilliant, tough women. So thank you so much for this award.
Volunteering has been a part of my life since I learned how to walk. My mother volunteered for the Guild. She volunteered at church. She volunteered for League of Women's Voters. My father was on the school board. He was on the Lions Club. He volunteered in our church. My grandfather was head of that. He was the fire chief. He was the community leader. It's really in my blood. Making sure that children have food, that they have a roof over their head, that they have the resources they need in school, tutoring, so that they can be successful because they're our future. So I've always focused on women and children. Extremely important. So that was one of the reasons why I helped fundraise in the early 2000s for Angel House. I was a street reporter, a crime beat reporter, who would go out with the Lansing Police Department and see the conditions in which children lived, no fault of their own. And I knew at a young age, 24, that I wanted to do something to help these little people. When I started volunteering for Child and Family Charities, they said they wanted to build a home for abused and neglected kids. And I said, so do I. And we did a capital campaign then and built Angel House. We raised $2 million. Many people helped with that effort. And Angel House is still active today in 2024. But that was laid on my heart when I was, in my early 20s, that I knew someday I wanted to do something for kids. And the beautiful thing about that is that I got my friends and my family and my coworkers and my television station and the community to invest in this project. And so when they dug the hole for Angel House, my kids were there watching the backhoes. When they built the walls, they were there. When we laid the carpeting, they vacuumed the whole place. When they took their birthday money, they used their birthday money to buy these things called dream machines for every single room in Angel House. That's what they use their birthday money for. My daughter's rocking chair is in Angel House. They know this. They're supportive. And they understood, oh, this is my responsibility too. My husband got his buddies and their kids, they built all the bunk beds in Angel House. So that family legacy, which I learned from my parents, we're passing down to our children and our friends' children, because you always get way more back than what you give personally. It just comes back to you in folds and folds and folds. The funny thing about me is people see me in my job, high heels, dressed up, but I love to get my jeans on. I love to grab a paintbrush. I love to work in the yard, in the landscaping. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. So I like to be able to fundraise and to present and encourage people to give. But I also like to get down on my knees and work in with all the volunteers. As I say, I'm not afraid to get dirty. I like to help. The Capital Area United Way had a day to offer all the different agencies in town to say, if you wanted to volunteer and you wanted to learn about some of these different agencies, come to this event. So I went because I knew there were some agencies that I hadn't really helped yet, and one of them was Habitat for Humanity. So I said to the woman that was in charge of the Habitat for Humanity at the time, do you have a women build, or do you have anything like that? And she said, we do actually, next May. And I said, well, is there a chairperson for that event? And she goes, there is now. So I ended up being the chairperson for the Women Build event. And I got 5 of my friends who got 20 of their friends, and we did a Women Build in the month of May in 2015. We built a home, we did Rock the Block, we did community gardens, we built ramps. And then that was 4 straight years. And then they said, do you know that we have a partner in Kenya? Would you like to be part of a Women Build in Africa? And I said, yes. And she said, do you want to think about it? And I said, I just did. We went to Africa and we built a home for a woman whose children had died of AIDS, and she was raising her grandchildren. And a little secret is one of the women that was there at the time, her name was Lucy. She spoke a little English. I did interview her. She had a baby girl and she named her Sherry. So there's a little girl in Africa who right now is about 4. And she has my namesake. Now can you imagine?
Sherry Adhiambo. Sherry Adhiambo baby.
Mother Teresa said, It's not in what you do, it's the love in which you do it. So when you do something with love, even if it's a small gesture, your heart just grows. Try it once. You'll know, and you'll feel great about it. If you're feeling sad in your life, do something for someone else, and all of a sudden, you will feel great. I have a lot left to do, and I'm excited to be able to do it here in this community, and I'm very grateful for all the experiences that I've had. They've shaped me, they've shaped my community, hopefully, and I'm very grateful for that.
You are just a spark of light in this community. We're so thankful for everything that you've done. For this, we want to present to you the 2023 Volunteer Lifetime Achievement Award for everything you've done for child and family charities, as well as just our community. You're amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. I'm happy to serve. Thank you. And when I think of some of my guiding lights, like Elfrieda Schmidt, who's in her 90s, and Martha Mertz, who's in her 80s, you know, when I get to see Lifetime Achievement Award and I'm still in my 50s, I have a long way to go. I have a lot left to do.